guys, welcome back to my channel. Alright, so in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you what I've been eating to heal my gut. So as you would have seen, I haven't uploaded a video in probably over a month, and the reason for that is because I was focusing on finishing my junior year. So I just got done with that, so now that that's out of the way I can get back to my regular uploads. But my primary reason for stopping was because of my gut issues. So if you would have watched my last video, you would have heard me talking a little bit about having some kind of digestive issues and some stomach pain. So following that video, it started getting a little bit progressively worse and the pain started becoming like pretty unbearable, so we decided to go to a doctor. So I finally convinced my parents to let me go to a naturopath because I want to try to do everything as holistic and natural as possible rather than going to a regular doctor. So the week following that video, we actually went to a naturopath at our local health food store. So prior to us going to the naturopath, my mom and I already kind of speculated on what was going on with my gut. And when I tell you the reason for my gut issues, y'all are going to be so confused because a lot of dietitians and nutritionists promote this as a very beneficial thing to your overall gut health. But like everything else, you should do it in moderation. You shouldn't ever overly obsess over a certain macro or a certain diet or certain food, because even the most beneficial things can be detrimental to your health if you do them in excess. So anyways, we went to the naturopath and she did this test called iridology. So iridology is basically this exam where they look through the iris of your eye and they can tell all these different health issues you may have, or yeah, just basically anything to do with your health. So one of the things that she noticed when she looked into my eye was that I nearly had a stomach ulcer. So after she concluded that I did indeed have a stomach ulcer, my mom and I told her what we were thinking it was caused by. So I've been eating healthy for 3 or 4 years now, and I started this at the beginning of my health and fitness journey because I've seen a lot of different health and fitness YouTubers doing this and I thought it was really beneficial, which it is. But like I said, in excess, it's kind of detrimental. And you would have seen me do this in every single vlog that I've uploaded. So first thing in the morning, I would always start my day with a warm lemon water. So the main purpose in that is to help get your digestive system up and flowing. But the way I had been doing lemon water was pretty intense. It wasn't just regular water with a little dash of lemon in it. It was like, it was pretty much lemonade without the sugar in it. I honestly can't remember a day where I did not have a warm lemon water first thing in the morning. So yeah, we basically told her what I had been doing and she said that that probably was the main cause of my gut issues. So after the exam, she gave me a bunch of different vitamins and supplements to try out for healing my gut. And she didn't really have any recommendations on changing up my diet except adding in more squash. So I'll get more into that a little bit later on in the video. But yeah, she just prescribed me a bunch of different supplements that I've been taking over the past few weeks. But I'm not really going to tell you which ones I have been taking because I don't want you to pre-diagnose yourself and think that you have the same thing going on with your gut health. So yeah, if you're suspecting that you could possibly have a stomach ulcer, then try to check in with your local naturopath and see if they can do some similar tests like iridology or some other way to figure out if you do have a stomach ulcer indeed, and then see what they recommend for you to start implementing into your diet. So yeah, that's just about all I wanted to say regarding that. But before we get into the video, I did want to talk about one product that I have been supplementing with. So the product that I've been supplementing with over the past few weeks is called collagen peptides. So the brand Further Foods actually reached out to me about a year ago and said that they really liked what I stood for health and fitness wise, and basically they wanted me to be one of their ambassadors and kind of promote their product. And a year ago I didn't really find a need for this because I wasn't really experiencing any sort of gut issues or any sort of health problems, so I didn't really find a need to be taking collagen peptides. But after me doing lots of research on things that I can start implementing into my diet to help my gut heal naturally and faster, the more and more I started hearing about collagen peptides and how important it is to your overall gut health. So after realizing how important it is to your gut health, I decided to give collagen peptides a try. And what really stood out to me about this brand is that they use all natural ingredients. So like for instance, this one says that it's grass-fed and pasture raised, and I feel like that's really important for determining the quality of actual collagen peptides. And what I also really like about this is it's flavorless, odorless, and colorless, so you can basically add it to anything and it's not going to have any sort of weird aftertaste or weird smell. So a lot of the times I implement this into my breakfast breakfast. So if I have like chia seeds or a smoothie, I'll mix a little bit of this in. Or at nighttime when I'm having my dessert, I'll add this into like my hot chocolates. Or like the other day I made some brownies and I cooked this inside the brownies. So yeah, I'm super excited to see how this helps with healing my gut. As for my skin, I can tell a huge difference already in the hydration of it. So I can definitely vouch for the skin aspect of it. I have heard a lot of good things about this product, so I have high hopes for it. So yeah, if you're interested in purchasing collagen peptides from Further Foods, I do have a discount code and it's Christy Roberts 10, and that'll just give you a 10% discount off your entire order. So yeah, with that being said, let's get straight into the video. So I hope you guys enjoy.
I'll never forget you since you told me how on a starry night. It was easy to catch me with your big brown eyes and the way you smile. I guess I just believe the thing inside that scares me. I'm holding on, I'm holding on. I just wanna get you forever.
Okay, before I talk real quick, please excuse my hair. It is super humid right now because I live in Florida and it's humid like almost every single day, even in the winter, so ignore that. I've been trying to fix it and it's wanting to do this Humpty, I don't even know. But anyways, I just wanted to talk about my breakfast real quick. So currently I'm switching back and forth between two different breakfasts, and I'm trying to stick to a more higher fat, higher protein breakfast first thing in the morning because that is going to help me stay satiated throughout the day. And the reason that I've been limiting my carb intake is because it's harder for your body to actually digest carbs. Not only that, the healthy fats are also going to help with reducing the inflammation in your gut lining. Plus I feel like I have a lot more energy throughout the day that is stabilized. So usually this breakfast that I'm making usually has green beans, wilted spinach, some sprouted quinoa, 1 whole egg, and then a whole half of avocado. But currently right now the avocado that I have isn't ripe enough yet, and the only avocado that I have that is all the way ripe is only like 1/4 of an avocado, or like half of a half. So I'm going to change the ratio a little bit. So instead of me doing 1 egg, I'm just going to do 2 eggs and then this 1/4 of an avocado. Alright, so this is just the finished product. So yeah, like I said in the previous clips, I have some sauteed green beans, some spinach, some sprouted quinoa, 1/4 of an avocado, and then 2 scrambled eggs. So before I go, I just wanted to briefly touch on the sprouted quinoa. What makes sprouted quinoa different than regular quinoa is you're removing the phytic acid. So naturally, our bodies can't absorb the nutrients when it has phytic acid on it. So by sprouting it, it is actually removing the phytic acid from the nuts and seeds. And for those of you who don't know, quinoa is actually a form of a seed, not a grain. So yeah, if you're having any sort of trouble digesting your nuts and seeds, I highly recommend sprouting them. So if you want to know more about this, I will leave an article down in the description bar for you to go read to learn more about the benefits of it and how to actually do it. So yeah, I'm just going to eat this and I'll show you guys my lunch later. Okay, so I'm about to make my lunch, but I thought I would just talk while I'm making it because it's super simple. It's nothing really that I need to explain or anything. So while I'm doing that, I thought I would answer a few questions that you guys sent me on Instagram. Okay, so like I said, I put a poll or the little question thing on my Instagram story, and I asked if y'all had any sort of questions regarding anything to do with gut health. Okay, so one of the first questions that I got was, any tips for digesting high fiber foods like chickpeas, beans, better. I'm not sure about the better part, but so as for the chickpeas and beans, I think they also contain lactic acid just like nuts and seeds do. So one thing that I do like to do every time I'm going to be eating beans is rinsing them, and what you want to do is rinse them until there's no more foam coming out of the actual beans. So if you're doing that and you're still having trouble digesting them, I would try looking up a food combining chart. And I feel like this happens a lot of the time because a lot of people aren't really that knowledgeable about food combining. So yeah, that's really all I know about the beans piece. I honestly don't eat beans that often. So yeah, if any of you know anything about how to make beans more digestible, please let me know, because I love chickpeas, but I can't eat them because I get super gassy and I love chickpeas, but I can't eat them. It makes me so sad. Alright, so my next question was, what foods are good for healing your gut and what should you avoid? Okay, so there are a bunch of really good foods for healing your gut, but it's not like I'm sticking to specific foods. I'm just trying to say a higher fat diet because I find that that really eases my stomach and that doesn't cause any sort of inflammation like whatsoever. But as for like the healthy foods, everybody's going to be different. You're going to have to look up different foods that are good for healing your gut. So what works for me, it's probably not going to work for you. You just have to kind of like dabble with different things and yeah, essentially just find your balance. So something that I would recommend if you're trying to find some foods that are good for healing your gut is look up a chart and try out different ones and really be knowledgeable about how those foods make you feel and kind of notice which ones you should be avoiding. So as for the second part of the question, what should you avoid? The only thing that I'm like currently avoiding right now is gluten, but the reason that you want to avoid gluten is that causes an inflammatory response in your actual gut lining. So essentially when you're trying to heal your gut, you want to avoid anything that's going to cause any further inflammation, and your gut can't really heal in a state that is so aggravated and inflamed. So yeah, you're really just going to have to find what works for you. And I know that's kind of frustrating to hear, but there's not one diet that works for everybody. So yeah, sorry if I'm sounding like a broken record compared to everybody else saying you gotta find what works for you, but it's like so true. You have to actually find what works for you and what makes you feel good. Alright, so like I said in the previous clips, today's lunch is just a salad. So I just have a bit of spinach and some butter lettuce, and then I massage that in some olive oil and apple cider vinegar. And then I also just topped it with some chicken, and I just seasoned that with some lemon, paprika, and salt and pepper. And then I also added some sauteed red bell pepper or capsicum or whatever you want to call it. And then as well as a fourth of an avocado, a little bit more than a fourth. So yeah, I'm just going to eat this while it's hot because like I said, I have a really bad habit of making my food and then everything gets cold. So I'd like to eat this while it's semi-hot. Alright my lovelies, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you found today's video helpful, please make sure to give this video a like so I know to upload more videos like this. And if you want to see more content like today's video, make sure to also hit that subscribe button because I will be uploading more videos, anything to do with health and fitness, such as recipes and workouts. Also, stay tuned for next week's video because I will be uploading my bliss ball recipe. So yeah, I'm super excited to share with you all that recipe. So if you do want to know how I make those, then make sure you are subscribed. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day wherever you are, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!